So what if you could say pretty much anything you needed to say, but with only 850 words? I know, it sounds kind of impossible, right? But believe it or not, there's a whole system designed to do just that. And that's what we're going to get into today.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? I mean, out of the tens of thousands of words in English, how many do we actually need to get our point across? What if the real answer isn't some huge number, but a surprisingly small one? Okay, to wrap our heads around this, let's start with a word we all know, frequent. On the surface, it's a simple word, but it's actually super flexible, and that flexibility is the secret to this whole thing.
First up, you've got frequent as an adjective. The Simple English Wiktionary puts it perfectly. It just describes something that happens a lot in a short amount of time. Pretty straightforward.
And this example sentence nails it. Broken toys is the most frequent reason. It's the reason that just keeps popping up again and again. Easy enough.
But here's where it gets really interesting. That same exact word can also be a verb. If you frequent a coffee shop, it just means you go there all the time. So you've got one word doing two totally different but related jobs, and that versatility is absolutely key.
But that's not even the whole story, because hiding in plain sight right at the top of that dictionary page, there's this little note, a single sentence that kind of changes everything.
And there it is. Frequent is on the Basic English 850 list. You know, it's the kind of thing you'd probably just scroll right past. But that one little line, it's a clue, a breadcrumb that leads to a much, much bigger idea about language itself.
Which, leads us to the big question. What on earth is the Basic English 850 list?
So this isn't just some random list of words somebody threw together. Nope. It's the entire foundation of a system called Basic English. And it all boils down to this single number, 850. That's it. That is the total number of words you need to learn to use this entire system.
And when you see it side by side like this, the difference is just staggering. You've got Standard English over here with its massive, almost overwhelming vocabulary. And then there's Basic English, just 850 words.
Now, the goal was never to replace English. The whole point was to create a simplified version, a tool really, designed specifically for clear, direct, and super easy to learn communication between people all over the world.
So, you're probably wondering, how could you possibly talk about complex ideas with such a tiny vocabulary? Well, it works a lot like a set of building blocks. Let's go back to our word frequent. Remember how it can be a description, an action, and it even relates to time? Well, all the words on that 850 list were chosen for that exact kind of versatility. Every single one is like a Swiss Army knife. It can do the job of several more complicated words. So the process, in theory, is really simple. You start with that core set of 850 words. Then you just combine them. You snap them together like Legos. So instead of saying something complicated like I purchased a vehicle, you'd say something like I did get a car. It's all about using simple words to build clear ideas and getting some really powerful communication from a small tool set.
Now, this whole thing might sound like some old historical idea, but honestly, the core concept behind it, the power of simplicity, is more relevant today than it has ever been.
I mean, think about it. We're all just drowning in information every day. The ideas behind Basic English can actually help us write clearer emails, give way better presentations, and just learn new things faster. And in a world that's so connected, being able to say what you mean in the simplest way possible, that's a superpower.
So I'll just leave you with this thought. The next time you're trying to explain something, just ask yourself, is there a simpler way? What's a big idea that you could explain with fewer words? Thanks for tuning in.